Hello everyone, welcome back to the digital classes of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. Today we are going to start a new chapter of financial management, that is capital budgeting. In the word capital budgeting, we are very much familiar with the word budgeting. In our day to day life, in general life, we say that if I am going to buy a car and that car is of suppose 15 lakh. So when we come to know that the car is worth of 15 lakh, we sometimes say that no, this car is beyond my budget. Budget is actually something that we have expected. Okay, so for example, I have thought to build a house for me and the budget is of 60 lakh. This 60 lakh is not very exact amount. I am expecting that the expenses, all the expenses are going to be within 60 lakh. Suppose for example, if the house has completed and the cost may be of 58 lakh 71,329. Okay, but here we can say that our budget is within 60 lakh. So when we are going to incur any expenses that is for more than 1 year or that amount is very vast, that is called as capital budgeting. Okay. So capital budgeting is very much important in every company or in every organization. So the financial manager must understand that what is capital budgeting. So in our organization we have learned that there are so many expenses. There are expenses in day to day life, there are some expenses where incurred just for once and they last for 5 or 6 years. Like if we will say that we will establish a new building or new structure of our organization at some other place, then that cost is going to occur for once, but we expect that the building will go for more than 15 or 20 or 30 years. So here what we are going to spend for that building or the construction, or if we are going to buy a new material or machine, that cost is going to be very long. That's why it is capital expenses, and all the expenses we are going to expect, what we are going to bear for those capital expenses is known as capital budgeting. So in capital budgeting, what are the need and importance for capital budgeting? Why we understand capital budgeting in organization? As we have already discussed that the expenses are very vast or the numbers are very expensive. Okay, so the amount is very big. So as the amount is very big, we can't say that okay, let's expense, and if there will be no profit or any revenue occurring from that expenses, we will see that at later. We can't say like that, because we are occurring a very big amount in those project or in those car or building or anything. So if our expenses is more than 1 crore, I can't take it as light. It is not something like 5 rupees or 10 rupees. Okay. Next is, what we are going to incur is not going to reverse or pay back to us. So we say that as the amount is very much big or something expensive, that is irreversible. So the second point is, it is irreversible. At what point we consider capital budgeting? Suppose if we are going to buy a new structure or new building, if we are going to start any new project, if we are going to restructure our organization, at those points we need to understand the importance of capital budgeting in our financial management. Okay. Next comes our capital budgeting process. In this capital budgeting process, there are 7 processes what we will go through. First starts from investment proposal. For example, if a organization is going to invest in anything, as I have already told you, that may be in any machinery or in any project or any proposal, anything, that they must have that investment proposal. They first must have to know that what proposal we are going to invest in. Okay. And in that proposal they will screen those proposal. In our second stage, that is screening proposal. In screening proposal, what we actually do is review those proposal, evaluate those proposal, that at what point what expenses are going to occur and what revenue we are going to get. And next is evaluate those various proposal. As I have already told you, in those screening proposal we evaluate those proposal. From that we will understand that what proposal is more important to us. Okay. So, from that we will fix our priority, that in project A or in project B or in project C, in which project we are going to invest our money, which one is more important to us. Next is final approval. From those 3 or 4 projects we will choose one, or we will finalize our approval, that yes, we have selected that in project B we are going to invest our money. Implement the proposal means here we normally invest our money, the project got started and we have worked upon that, and at the end we review our performance. In performance review, what we do actually, we calculate that what amount of money we expensed on that and what revenue we generate from there. Normally we calculate or we take a look at the revenue or the profit we have got from that project and what much of money we have expensed on that project, that is review of performance. Okay. This was our capital budgeting process. In capital budgeting there are so many techniques or methods where we can calculate that which project is more beneficial to us. So, those methods will be discussed now. Before going to those methods, there are normally 2 things we have to keep in our mind. In capital budgeting, what we are doing, that we are taking into consideration that where we are going to invest our money, is that profitable for us or not. So, in that context we can simply do 2 things. Either we can take decision at which we can normally increase our revenue or profit, means one decision in capital budgeting, a decision will be taken in which our revenue can be increased or a decision in which our cost can be minimized. Okay. Either रेवेन्यू हम इंक्रीज कर लेंगे या फिर कॉस्ट को हम घटा लेंगे. एट दीज 2 डिसीजंस वी हैव टू टेक दोज फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिशियल डिसीजंस which will be more beneficial to our organization. Now we will discuss about the method or approach of calculating capital budgeting. There are normally 2 approaches used in capital budgeting. They are as a traditional approach and time adjusted approach. Today we will only discuss about traditional approach. Approach of capital budgeting. In traditional approach there are 3 methods. First is payback period method, second one is improvement of traditional approach, second is rate of return method. Likewise, in time adjusted method there are 3 different methods which we will use to calculate capital budgeting. First one is net present value method, second is internal rate of return, third is profitability index method. First we will go through payback period method. The name suggests that this method is used simply to calculate that if we are taking a investment decision. For example, if I am going to invest 5 lakh rupees in one project, then I am going to calculate that at what time period I am going to get all my 5 lakh rupees. Then I am investing 5 lakh rupees at this point of time in 2020. I am guessing that this project will give me a return of 5,000 revenue each year. Okay. So, this project will cost me 5 lakh rupees, and after investing 5 lakh rupees, what I am getting or my revenue is 5,000 rupees each year. So, for take it as 50,000 for example, my revenue is 50,000. So, I am here going to calculate that all my 5 lakh rupees or all the expenses I have incurred, at what time I am going to get them back. Okay. So, I can simply calculate my payback period as 5 lakh divided by 50,000, that will be my 10 years. Okay. So, we can simply say that if I am investing at any project, at what time period I am getting all the investment money. Okay. So, let us take one example. I think this will help you to understand more clearly. There is a question that a project cost 1 lakh rupees. The cost of the project is 1 lakh rupees. Okay. And the annual cash inflow means what revenue it is going or it is entering into our company. Inflow means coming inward. Okay. So, our inflow is 20,000 and we are expecting that the project is going to run for 8 years. Our expected time duration, expected year is 8 years, means this project is going to run or be inactive for 8 years. So, we are going to calculate if we should invest our money in this project or not. What we will do? We will calculate our payback period, that is total investment divided by annual inflow. The formula is initial outlay of the project divided by annual cash inflow. So, initial outlay means at the beginning of the project what cost we are going to invest. So, our initial outlay is that is 1 lakh and our annual cash flow means every year what we are going to receive, that is 20,000. So, here we get our payback period is 5 years. Our payback period is 5 years and the project is going to run for 8 years, means we have more 3 years in our hand to get the value of 30,000. Okay, but that will be discussed in our next method, but simply in payback period method we only simply calculate that at what time period we are going to get back the investment money. So, now we will move into improvement of traditional approach. So, when we have payback period method, what was the need of improvement of traditional approach? Actually, there are so many disadvantages or drawbacks or limitation in payback period method. So, there are so many disadvantages in payback period method. Those disadvantages can be that it does not calculate or take into consideration that after the investment money get returned or we have received the investment money, after that what happened? We have seen that our 1 lakh rupees got received in 5 years, but we are not here to only simply calculate in business at what time period we are simply going to get back our investment. We are here to get our profit, but in payback period method there is nothing clear about the profit or after getting investment money for what time period it is going to run more. Okay. So, for that we came into the method of improvement of traditional approach. So, it will say us that for what time period it will run or the project will run even after the investment money got received. Okay. We will discuss about the improvement to traditional approach in our next class. I think you have cleared your concept about the payback period method and the things we have discussed in today's class, that is in capital budgeting. Thank you for watching the video.